This is one of sport's great proving grounds, a gateway to glory.
Brilliant!
29 tournaments spanning 19 countries. Along the way, a chance to expand horizons and sample life on tour.
How beautiful is that? Magic.
Finish the season in the top 20 on the road to Mallorca rankings and secure a golden ticket to the DP World Tour. This is the Challenge Tour. For many, a win on the Challenge Tour is the stepping stone to greatness, a catalyst propelling players upward to the DP World Tour, a proven pathway that stood the test of time. You don't have to look far to find those that have walked the fairways of the Challenge Tour. The likes of Tommy Fleetwood, Matteo Manassero, and Ryan Fox, to name just a few. Tasting success on tour can be life-changing. Who better to turn to then to gain insight into that special feeling than the latest player to taste victory, Garrick Porteus.
In the hot seat, literally.
This beautiful approach, just inches from going in for eagle at the first. With sublime approach play like this, another one going close, dancing around the hole. And Porteous delivered the final blow, his second Challenge Tour victory, sending him rocketing into the top 10 on the road to Mallorca.
Garrick Porteus is a 34-year-old, recently moved from Newcastle to Dubai with my wife last summer. Loves golf, loves traveling, going to gigs, just a happy-go sort of merry guy who just, loves life.
How did that last one feel?
Well, I kind of knew I just needed to make birdie and I would have won. So it's kind of like, well, just get it up somewhere near the green. Soxy's there, like.
Cheers, thank you.
Cheers, Soxy. Well done, mate. It's almost like an out-of-body experience trying to hold that two-footer. Because I've got everyone watching, a few friends there, and then just everything from there was kind of a blur. Everything went super fast.
A cheque for $48,000 in this wonderful championship trophy from England, Garrick Porteus.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well done, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll just put this down as well.
Sure.
I hope everyone has a safe trip home, and I look forward to seeing most of you guys next week in Saadiyat, so thank you. I guess it's a build-up of like 7 years. I've got Shane on the bag, we've worked together since the start of the year. So it's just like, I was as much happy for myself as him and just everyone, my friends, family there. Wife was watching. It's just like, it's just a happy, experience that everyone can enjoy.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, thanks, guys. I thought you just taking the trophy.
Cheers, thanks very much.
Right.
Appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Done again.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thanks, mate.
Enjoy it.
Have a nice few days. Yeah. Done. Morning. Welcome to beautiful Abu Dhabi.
Well, a great win it was last week for Garrick, but that's not his first taste of victory. He comes from a rich pedigree and has played with some of the golfing greats of this era.
I played pairs golf for England with Garrick back when we were amateurs, and I think it's fantastic to see there's so much hard work that goes into the game. On the Challenge Tour, I think it's just so nice to see that hard work pay off and give you that opportunity to look upwards and be optimistic about the year ahead. And you look at the guys out here that will congratulate him the week after, and everybody's so great about it, and it's always nice to see players that you've known for a long time doing well.
My first win was back in 2017 in Prague. Prague is one of my favourite cities in Europe, so I love going back there. One, with all the memories, but then obviously with the culture and the food and everything, it's great. Even though it was a long time ago, reflecting on those experiences and then, you know, coming over the line this time, which is great. Just want to keep this run going. I mean, I feel like I'm swinging it great, so as long as I give myself lots of opportunities to make birdies, then I don't see why not. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the challenge.
Well, there's no rest for the wicked, or indeed winners in this case, as we go again for our second event out in the desert, the UAE Challenge here in Saadiyat. An oasis in the sand, this Garrick player-designed par 72 championship course stretches 7,800 yards. A true test for even the longest of hitters on tour. Situated on the northwest coast of Saadiyat Island, the venue also provides a safe and thriving wildlife sanctuary for over 160 bird species and more than 250 mountain gazelles, as well as a rejuvenation of native plants. As for the golf, well, just how hard is it to win back-to-back? We're about to find out.
Garrick Porteus.
In fact, it wasn't quite the start our latest champion would have wanted. Bogey on the second, as he struggled to find the red numbers. Eventually, a birdie on the ninth kept him level through 9. Whilst our main man tried to find his winning form, another out on the course was getting help from another even more proven winner. Amateur Oscar Craig had his stepdad, Tommy Fleetwood, on the bag. A 7-time winner on the DP World Tour, he was certainly earning his stripes during the week, helping Oscar to an opening round of 3 under par.
Good stuff, mate. Very impressive. Well done.
Good. Thanks, boys. Nice work. Thanks.
It just so happened that Garrick would follow in the young amateur's footsteps. Birdies at 14, 15 and 16 meant he too finished on 3 under, tied 13th after day 1. So as Garrick geared up for his second round, he knew that more of the same on Friday would see him comfortably make the cut. And he got off to the best possible start. Solid birdies on his first 2 holes set him up nicely. And despite a setback at his third, with another gain at 15, he was out in 34, 2 under and plain sailing. Another on the crest of a wave was our amateur Oscar Craig. A superb up and down on his last, paving the way for a second round 73. Helping him make his first cut in a pro event. Stepdad and caddy Tommy Fleetwood absolutely delighted. A great achievement enjoyed by the whole family.
All of our kids, they play on the amateur series in the UAE, and Oscar won one of the major men's amateur events in RAC just down the road, which got him an invite into this week. So, you know, he earned his way in, really, and I wanted to get ahead of everybody in terms of asking. I wanted to be the caddy this week, and I just wanted to be out here with him. And Oscar this week said when he made the cut, it was more than he could have ever dreamed of, and I just think that's one of the most beautiful things you could ever hear. He's done great, but however good of a time he's had, I've had a better one, I think, caddying for Oscar.
Back to our main man, Porteous, and his back nine was starting to show some cracks. A drop shot at 4, and then 2 more at the 7th, and things were starting to turn a little sour. The true pro that he is, though, Garrick dug deep. One final birdie on the last resulted in a second round level par 72. Though fully 8 shots behind our halfway leader, Joshua Berry.
First day was a bit of a struggle to start with, but managed to build some momentum on the back nine. And then today was kind of the opposite, kind of started well and then kind of just faltered a bit coming in. Don't know whether it was just lack of energy, but yeah, just looking forward to the weekend.
After the break, we take a closer look at this week's host venue.
I think Saadiyat is one of the leaders in the region, if not beyond, for sustainability and environmental awareness.
And we cap our Arabian fortnight by crowning another worthy Challenge Tour winner. We'll see you shortly. Welcome back to our coverage of the Challenge Tour and the stunning Saadiyat Beach Golf Club. 2 rounds in, Joshua Berry led the way, 2 clear of Hamish Brown and Wilco Neergaard, with the likes of Alex Levy and Rasmus Neergaard-Petersen lurking with intent just behind. So let's see what happened over the weekend, starting with Moving Day, overseen by Dom Hollier.
Colin McKinney, the 22-year-old Australian, looking to get off to a fast start. This is second to the opening par 4. Well, that was a beauty. McKinney will be delighted to make it through to the weekend. Arrived here on the back of 6 straight miscuts on both the Challenge Tour and the DP World Tour. So a birdie putt at the first for the man from Joondalup Country Club in the northern districts of Perth. That was pure. In fact, he would birdie the first 3 holes and go on to shoot a round of 69 to lie at 9 under through 3 rounds. On the same score as the Kolkata Challenge winner Rasmus Neergaard-Petersen from Denmark. This a birdie putt for him at the 3rd, the par 3. He's been holing a few of those recently. Played nicely in the Abu Dhabi Challenge last week as well. South Africa's Wilco Neergaard drove it into the fairway bunker at the par 4 8th. Must have got a good strike on this one, because watch. Dancing around the hole, what a shot. He would pop that one in, birdie the 9th as well, to go to the turn in 3 under par. Putting some pressure on the overnight leader, the English teenager Joshua Berry, who had an eagle putt at the 9th. Briefly took him back into the lead. Unfortunately, Joshua had a horrid finish, dropping 5 shots in the last 4 holes to slip back. Pavan Sagu, another Englishman. How about this one? Well controlled. Across, over, down and around and in for an eagle 3 at the par 5 15th. Missed the cut last week. Safely through here, he shot a round of 66. To David Horsey, also at the 15th, a birdie putt, nicely rolled in by Horsey, a former Challenge Tour number 1 and 4-time winner on the DP World Tour. Well, Wilco Neergaard had a birdie putt at the 17th, a witchy hole to move to 13 under par. At that stage, opening up a 3-shot lead over the rest. Unfortunately for Wilco, problems at the 18th, and he left himself with a rather slippery downhill putt for a bogey 5 at the last. Well old. Well, that was clutch, wasn't it, from Neergaard? A double would have been awful there. He was tied for the lead last week through 54 holes at Al Ain. He has the lead on his own this week at Saadiyat.
So after 3 rounds in the desert, things are hotting up nicely. It's the big-hitting South African Wilco Neergaard who was once again causing ripples, leading Horsey, Sagu and Rush by 2. There was a 5-strong bunch hovering a further shot back, with Hamish Brown also among those in contention. Now it's clear for all to see that Saadiyat Beach Golf Club is a special place, a wonderful test with a twist. Run by Via Golf, Saadiyat is paving the way for environmentally friendly golf.
Bahia is an extension of Dubai Golf, which I think everyone's familiar with Jumeirah Golf Estates, Creek, Emirates. So here we manage 3 golf courses, so Yas Links, Yas Acres Golf and Country Club, and here's Saadiyat. Ultimately, we're responsible for managing all 3 independently and trying to work together as 3 as a cluster to obviously maximise our experience, our commercial performance and the quality of asset that we have. The sustainability and environment here is essential to everything we do. We have 194 different species of birds here. That's local and migratory birds as well. Obviously we have the gazelles roaming around naturally, which just adds something a little bit more special to Saadiyat. Historically we've changed from potable water to TSE water. We've changed the grass type as well, which uses less water, uses less pesticide, herbicide, insecticide, etc., etc. So every decision is all about sustainability, the environment. I think Saadiyat is one of the leaders in the region, if not beyond, for sustainability and environmental awareness.
Saadiyat Beach Golf Club, an oasis in the desert where nature and golf work seamlessly together. Back to business now then, and to the final round, to determine who would take home the silverware on week 2 of our UAE swing. Guiding us through the finale, it's back to Dom.
Finland's Tapio Pulkkinen, looking to get off to a fast start, started the final round 3 shots off the lead. Beautifully controlled into the opening par 4 for the man who topped the Challenge Tour rankings back in 2017. Was promoted, of course, to the DP World Tour, but back now on the Challenge Tour. So it was a lovely approach shot. It wasn't a bad putt either. An opening birdie for Pulkkinen on his way to a final round 71 and a share of 6th place. It was a top 10 finish for Switzerland's Benjamin Rush, displaying a very deft touch there at the second. He would make birdie and close out with a round of 73. What a week it has been for Oscar Craig, the 17-year-old, with stepdad Tommy Fleetwood on the bag this week and making birdie there at the 18th. A lovely way to sign off and some great memories for those two. Conor Purcell, the Irishman, out of position at 11. Well, making quite a tough shot, having to pitch it over the mound. Looked relatively simple, and he would go ahead and birdie that. One of the more unusual spectators, one of the gazelles here at Saadiyat. Rasmus Neergaard-Petersen, the Road to Mallorca leader, also at the par 5 9th, and also very nicely handled. He is the man in form. Makes the birdie, moving to 11 under par. Now playing in the final group with Pavan Sagu and Wilco Nienaber. David Horsey with a birdie putt at the 10th. That took David to 13 under par and a share of the lead with Nienaber, Neergaard-Petersen and Joel Moscatel. Nienaber at the 11th, an eagle putt for the 3rd round leader. What a time to pounce. Nienaber to 15 under par, hunting a 2nd career Challenge Tour title. Could Horsey respond? This was the birdie putt for the Englishman, a man who last won on the DP World Tour in Denmark back in 2015, so it's been nearly a decade. But that moved him to 14 under par, within 1 of Nienaber. Conor Purcell at the par 5 15 from downtown, miles away. 2 putts will be fine, but
go on in, go on in, go on in. Yeah!
Woo indeed. What a putt from Purcell. Denmark's Hamish Brown, whose dad is Scottish and the head pro at Aalborg Golf Club in the north of Denmark. That was a birdie for Hamish. on the way to his best ever Challenge Tour finish inside the top 5. Rasmus Neergaard-Petersen also at the 14th. He had found the fairway from the tee. Pinpoint accuracy from Neergaard-Petersen. So the birdie putt to get to 13 under. That was significant. He would also birdie 17 to get to 14 under par. And Neergaard drop shots at 15 and 16, so it was all getting quite tight at the top. By the time Neergaard-Petersen reached the 18, he was tied for the lead with Neergaard. He had this for a closing par and a round of 67, and Rasmus Neergaard-Petersen sets the clubhouse target there at 14 under par. Neergaard, problems for him down the 18th, like yesterday, and this for a closing par and to force a playoff with Neergaard-Petersen. Not to be for the big South African. His wait for a second Challenge Tour title continues. Meanwhile, the news filters through to Neergaard-Petersen that he has won for the second time in 3 starts on the Challenge Tour.
Confirmation of the final standings then. Conor Purcell made it back-to-back top 10s in the desert, as did Wilco Nienaber, narrowly missing out on the silverware again, and England's David Horsey in the frame too. But for the second time this season, taking his place in the winner's circle was Denmark's Rasmus Neergaard-Petersen.
Feel incredible, you know, obviously I knew I had a chance going into today, but you know, being able to put together a great round and get it done in the end, it feels amazing.
So 8 events in already, and the road to Mallorca rankings are taking shape. After his electrifying start to the season, Rasmus Neergaard-Petersen is steaming away at the top, the rest trying to hang on to his coattails. David Horsey working his way through the field and up to 9th. After another good showing, Wilco Nienaber's upwardly mobile too, up 36 places, and Conor Purcell was also a climber, up 9, whilst that key 20th spot is occupied by JC Ritchie, for now. And so our 2-week stay in the UAE comes to an end. We've crowned 2 great champions and seen a shift in the rankings. Next, all eyes turn to Europe. The journey to the DP World Tour is only just beginning.